created using Powtoon.
Good morning and welcome to Take Your Life Back Today show with Ralf Friedrichs. Today we're going to get caught up on the hundreds and hundreds amount of comments that I get weekly. I haven't been able to get caught up on them. It's a new year, new beginning, new resolution is to get caught up on some of these. I will read some of them over in this show to you. I want to give a shout out to Dr. Luis Gonzalez from startingpointmn.com. He has 3 entities to his business. 2 I will discuss. The first one is he can help you with your addiction. From your addiction to recovery, he will walk hand in hand 24 hours at a time, worrying about today and tomorrow, not worrying about yesterday at all. He is not a counselor or a therapist, nor am I. We worry about what's going on with you today. How are you doing with your addiction and your recovery and your battles? Let's worry about it today. Let's worry about it tomorrow. Forget about yesterday. It is done. Call him, 844-414-8444. That's Dr. Luis Gonzalez from startingpointmn.com. He also can turn you, that's right, you, into an addiction recovery coach. If you have passion, professionalism, and a personality, and you have an addiction background, whether it's battling your own or maybe helping others battle with their addiction, call him, 844-414-8444, Dr. Luis Gonzalez from startingpointmn.com. I want to give a shout out to globalayeglasses.com, where they are focused on saving you money. They have frames anywhere from $6 to about $49. Those frames include standard plastic, non-coated, single vision lenses. They have progressive lenses if you need them for the invisible bifocals. They have line bifocals. They have transitions when they change from dark to light, depending on if you're inside or outside. Photochromatics do the same. They also have polarization glasses, so if you want to go skiing or fishing to enhance the colors, they have that. They also have the very thin lenses for you folks that have thick glasses. Elton John would be amazed by the amount of styles. They have over 1,200 different styles of frames in their inventory. Go to www.globalayeglasses.com, where they are focused on saving you money. If you have any questions about that, I'm very familiar with the company. Not only am I familiar with globalayeglasses.com, but I am also a board certified optician. So if you want to text me at 631-599-0218 and ask me about any questions you might have about Global Eyeglasses and how to order their glasses, 631-599-0218. As I promised, I want to give you my website, www.takeyourlifebacktodayshow.com. Go there. We have now transferred a lot of these comments that you're going to actually hear from clearviews.info right to takeyourlifebacktodayshow.com. You can read some of those comments in case you, I know you're going to hear it here, but sometimes it's better to read it. If you want to email me, it's Ralf, R-A-L-F, at takeyourlifebacktodayshow.com. Ralf at takeyourlifebacktodayshow.com. Email me. Let me know what you think about some of these comments, or send me your comments. We are now going to read some of these comments, and the first one came from Miranda. I came across community lessons, empower addiction recovery, while searching for organizations to reach out to and about addiction awareness. The educational research, resources, and information that you have provided is honestly quite remarkable. Your organization provides these valuable tools for those not only in the U.S., but for those in need all over the world. The amount of resources you've taken the time to provide is truly impressive and inspiring. Thank you for all your hard work. I contacted you today because I'm part of a community outreach team at the Addiction Center in Florida. As you know, over 20 million people in the United States have some sort of addiction. 100 people die every day from drug overdose, or like I told you yesterday, every 14 minutes. We provide information on addictions to alcohol, tobacco, illicit drugs, and prescription drugs. We also have connections with hundreds of treatment centers throughout the United States. Our goal at Addiction Center in Florida is to bring awareness and to help those in need. I notice you have a section on rehabilitation and sobriety related resources. I am asking you, can we please put your website on our website so that people can go and find these links. I think our site would be a great addition and benefit to your users. Do you mind including our link on your website as well? Well, Miranda, this is an old comment actually, and you and I have spoken, and I have done just that. I have put your link onto my website as you have done for me, and I thank you for your comment, and it means a lot to me knowing that I am a big part of helping other people. This next comment came from Kim. I am 1 month sober, and this was back in September 2014. She's 1 month sober, and Kim, I hope if you're watching me, I hope now you have reached 6 months. 9/20/14 is my rock bottom date, so I'm a couple of days past, but today's video is the one that hit home. Your website videos are by far the most clearest out in addiction world. Thank you for all your support over the last little while. I only recently discovered this place, but you have helped me in my recovery in your own way. I didn't think I'd make it 9 hours, let alone 1 month. But with you and your daily videos and your daily advice, this struggle has become more bearable for me. Reading people's stories on your website, people's posts, sharing your own experience, your strength, your hope, combined with your daily videos of prayer have kept me sober, one day at a time. I love what you do for addicts, that is for sure. And every day I pray that you continue doing what you're doing. I love your website, I love your videos, and I love your advice. Kim, I really appreciate your remark and your comment, and I will continue as long as I can to go and bring out the message and bring out the awareness that is so desperately needed in this country and globally. The next message comes from Debbie. Great job, Ralf Friedrichs. Even though I personally haven't gone through what you have done, some of the videos, comments, footage fits just about for anybody, like hope, like spirituality. On days that are tough through my own pain, stress, your videos give me hope and gives me a reason to continue on. You are serving the people like God had planned for you to do. Super work. Love, Debbie. Debbie, thank you so much for that comment. It means a lot. You know, one of the greatest pleasures that I get out of helping people is the fact that people are actually utilizing my advice. Let's go right to the next one. This comes from another Debbie. This is Debbie K. Good luck. So proud of you and your amazing job you have done so far. Love seeing the photos of you and your family. Great job spreading the good news. Your videos are astronomically high up there with any other video. You are such a joy to watch. Thank you, Debbie K. I really appreciate those comments as well. I will continuously produce and get those videos out there in conjunction with my wife. She comes up with a lot of ideas. It isn't an easy task to do. It costs me a lot of money and a lot of time, but it is for me as much important as it is for you, because this is my rehab. Next one comes from Ray. You are a great man for wanting to help people. That's all she wrote, and I thank her for it. This comes from Phil. I've been following you on Facebook and your incredible website, so full of info, and I must say you should go into counseling. You are so helpful, and you must be so happy in your own life to lift up the people around you. How do you do it, Ralph? Congrats. Your job well done. How do I do it? I do it because I do believe there is hope for each and every one of us. For the people that for years saw no hope in me, and the ones that did see hope, I am now coming around to show them that when you do have hope for others, things can and will happen. As far as your thing about counseling, I am an addiction recovery coach. I found I would be more of an asset as a coach than a counselor for one reason alone, because I love to motivate you. This comes from Diane. This comes from Diane. I'm sorry. Ralph, I love your work. You are the reason for saving people's lives daily. You are so informed on sobriety, almost to the point of a sober coach. Keep it up. Save more lives. Diane, since this is probably written by you, I have become a sober coach, but thank you for your remarks. This comes from Jeanette P. Hello, Ralph. It's been a few weeks, and I just want to let you know that each day I read your post, I'm very glad to read you're still going and being strong. It makes my heart happy to see that you're enjoying the perks of a clean body, mind, and soul. Keep up the great work, efforts to be healthy. Keep the great way you have been looking at and living the good life. You are making people look at things at a better and completely making them see the light shine on your crazy diamond. Thank you, Jeanette, and I will take your advice and keep going. This comes from Sunny. How wonderful it is to be such a help to others. Congratulations to you, Ralph. Thank you for stopping by our radio station while I was on air. We love playing your requests and treasure every friendship we make. If you or anyone ever needs a little music in your life, please stop by and request it again. Or just stop in for your friendship and always to possibly give us some advice on addiction. If I'm not there, just tell them that Sunny sent you. I will be there on these certain days. I don't want to give out the days. And I hope to see you in my studio again and we can do another interview. Thank you, Sunny. I remember that day last year and it certainly was very effective. And I hope I reached plenty of people, but I do love your remarks, Sunny. This comes from Sam. Fighting alcohol addiction has been and still is the fight of my life. For 20 years I've been struggling for a sober and clean life. So far, it has been a journey, but great is the reward by continuously watching your videos and hoping that maybe one day I can get to where you are. Why does someone fall into an alcohol addiction? Is it somehow the choice that one makes or something that just happens when you can't control it? And when are we addicted? Do we really want to get cured? Do we really want to quit drinking? I truly believe that if you're an alcoholic or you abuse any sort of drug, that it is not a choice, because who in their right mind would make a choice of abusing any substance to hurt your body? To answer your other questions, it is in our control. By all means it is. I am pure and perfect example for the fact that even without going to AA, although I did for a couple classes, if you have the strong mind in here and you ask God for guidance and direction, even you, Sam, can continuously fight your addiction. Thank you, Sam. This comes from D. I think of my family and how addiction to alcohol impacted them, how sometimes it did hurt my children. Could I have quit quicker? Was it really all just about willing, just deciding, or did someone have to twist my arm to quit? A pure act of willingness, a simple decision. That's all it took, just like you, Ralph. Or was it my body so dependent, so addicted on no conscious effort would have been sufficient to stop drinking? Ralph, I did exactly what you told me to do, and it's to put my mind, and I reached for God. I fought against myself, but through the help of God, I'm coming out clean. Then I had a relapse. But then I happened to see your video talking about relapses and how you said, dust your knees, pick yourself up, and continue going stronger. Ralph, you have helped me to the points that you cannot even imagine. I hope to God that you never leave the air and continuously bring out your videos to everyone to share. Love, D. Thank you, D, and I am so glad that you took my advice about when you had a relapse that you dusted your knees and kept going. But D, my only advice to you is please never, ever go back to the old ways. The next one comes from Jill. We don't know each other, really, but I do find you so inspirational that I wanted to say thank you for sharing your journey with the public. You are so transparent and so full of love. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. Please never stop doing your videos. Jill, as long as I can, health-wise, I am very well off, but you know, there are some times where you catch a cold or something, so you can't videotape. But as long as I can, and as long as my budget allows me, I will continuously do this. I have asked certain people that are in some sort of production or in the radio to assist me in spreading the words. So far, I'm still waiting for answers, but maybe anyone that's watching me, if you can just help me. The help that I pretty much need is to use some sort of studio and to get better cameras for these videos. This comes from Jim. MV and I know each other through Facebook. I don't know who MV is. I should have been more prepared. I'm sorry. Anyhow, I remember you on Facebook and not sure how we connected, but I'm thankful to God that we did. I do believe in God, but I'm not one that goes around preaching about it like you do. You have a great day. I am not reaching for a drink because of you. I will go to a speaker meeting tonight, as I will talk about you as I always do. Thank you, Jim. I hope to God you never pick up a drink again. This comes from Janet. I found an AA sponsor in December, and now I fired her today. She was on me about getting with her and finishing step 2. I've been through tons in the past month with breast cancer scare, my teen daughter out of control, and my divorce being finalized this month. She called me last night about putting my problems in a box and giving it up to God. I just got the feeling that she did not want to listen to me anymore. She really was not listening to me to start with. And she said to me, I found another sponsor that she would not be upset. If she found another sponsor, she would not be upset. Well, I emailed her today and I told her to forget about me. How does one find a good sponsor in AA? Any advice, Ralph? My best advice, only from my own experience, is let God be your sponsor. I can do this for you. Give me a text or call me at 844-405-HELP or 631-599-0218. Let's talk about this in private, but I will tell you this. Your best sponsor is God. This comes from Jack. Congrats, Ralph. Facebook viewers are blessed to know that you are the role model and the voice of reason on Facebook. Thank you so much, Jack, and I really appreciate it. Last but not least, I have a sheet below here, so I have to read down because my monitor over here only covers so much. This comes from another Pam. I enjoyed your video. Watched it 4 times today, and I watched 6 of them over the weekend. Keep them coming. Some really good information. Thank you for reaching out and helping others. You're blessing our world. Please never stops. Thank you, Pam. I try very hard to continuously do what I do, and I hope to continuously do it. This comes from a Jeanette. I'm so proud of you, Ralph. You go. You are a blessing. This one comes from my mentor, Dr. Luis Gonzalez from Starting Point. Excellent presentation. You are a tireless soldier in the battle against addiction. I'll take a hurricane. Great presentation. Thank you for your kind words on your video. What he is referring to is I had done a video entitled Mocktails. And what mocktails are, they're camouflage cocktails. Camouflaged with only anything but alcohol in it. So that is what Dr. Luis Gonzalez was talking about. And Dr. Luis Gonzalez, thank you very much. This comes from Pam W. Wow, you are such a wonderful person. I can hear your love for others as you speak. God is blessing us with you. Keep up the good work. I am so proud of you and happy to have such a great man for a friend. I am having my AA friends watch your videos during certain meetings. Thank you so much, and I am so glad that my videos are reaching AA to possibly give AA a different type of format to go by. It is so important to know that through videos and through my radio show, that when you see a person or you hear a voice and it's consistently the same voice and the same person, that the message hopefully will come through. This one is from Jack, and it's our last one for today because I have pages and pages full of comments. Hey Ralph, just thought I'd put this out there for your consideration. It looks as though it's all over counseling, encouraging people to change their habits and related to drugs and alcohol. I don't want to go into here, but I'd be happy to share that I have been sober since 1989, and even though I am a veteran of sobriety, you are still showing me different and new things. When I finally decided to go sober, I was involved in group therapy programs so I could get my license back. They required attendance as a minimum of 1 meeting a week. But I've made a conscious decision to turn, and that had been a negative situation in my life, to a positive situation, to see what I could achieve by maintaining a sober life, an ongoing journey in my life. I actually drink non-alcoholic beer on occasion, but I have been successfully eliminated alcohol as a factor in my life. I am now sober since February 28, 1989. That is it for me, but I want to tell you that even though I am a veteran in sobriety, you are teaching me something daily. I'll talk to you real soon. I hope you continuously do what you do, and God bless you. Thank you so much, Jack, and congratulations on your many, many, many years of sobriety. Folks, these are just certain comments that people are sending me weekly, daily and weekly. I wish I had the time or the space to post them all. I believe I have over 1,000 comments right now. It would take a tremendous amount of time. But I promise all the people that leave comments and the people that are watching right now that I will continuously do these videos and my radio shows with the help of my wife and the help of my guests. But it does take money and it does take good technology. As you notice, my camera work is not the best work. I work with a laptop with a camera. I've been looking to purchase a camera, but they are anywhere from $600 to $1,000. I have reached out to certain people on Facebook that I see that are in the field of television and or radio. I have written to these people. I have not heard anything back. But if you know anyone, and I mean anyone that's willing to help me to produce these videos in a better quality, in a better setting, possibly a studio setting, reach out to me at 844-405-HELP or text me at 631-599-0218, because I need help. I need fellow soldiers in this battle of drug addiction. Folks, I just want to remind each and every one that all these comments are not possible without these videos. They are not possible without the message getting out there. So remember that as you watch this, that it takes a time and effort, and it takes people like you to possibly help me. And remember to be a great role model at home. I say this often. It all starts in your home. It all starts in your home, how your children will go into society. We all have chapters in the book of life. I am up to chapter 53. What chapter are you in? Every year of your life is a new chapter. You are responsible for your children, your grandchildren's 0 chapter all the way to 18. Whatever you do at home, they will copy you. They have the monkey see, monkey do attitude. They look at you as the hero. So if you smoke in front of them, they're going to think it's okay to smoke. If you drink, they're going to think it's okay. If you curse, they're going to think it's okay. So please, I urge each and every one of you folks to stop doing the negative things in front of your children and become the role model maybe that you didn't have growing up yourself. Break the chain. Break the cycle. If you had a bad upbringing with bad role modelship, does not mean you have to bring it to the next generation. Let today be the day where you cut that cord from the past and start a new trend. Let today be the day that you are going to be the role model that God designed you to be. Remember that I say this often, that we all go to bed at night. We take our shoes, sneakers, or slippers off and we put them by the edge of our bed. I am asking you tonight to push them under your bed. Just push them under your bed. When you wake up tomorrow morning, you'll be forced to go on your knees to retrieve those shoes, sneakers, or slippers. And while you're on your knees, I am begging you, please, to say a little prayer to God, to thank Him for allowing you to be on this earth for another day. Remember, as we sit here, as we do this video, every 14 minutes there's someone dying of drug overdose. And remember, as we sit here and we're alive, there is somebody somewhere in this world taking their last breath. As we sit here and we blink our eyes, somebody's closing their eyes for the last time. I was just looking at Fox News and I saw those 2 poor Japanese hostages held by ISIS. They are given 72 hours to live unless Japan gives them $200 million, gives ISIS $200 million. These 2 Japanese hostages will be executed within 72 hours. So thank God for the place that you live in. Thank God for the choices you get to make, for the freedom that you have. And thank God for another day on this earth. Let the sunshine from the outside get into your home. Let it get into your heart. And you will see nothing but positive results. Eliminate the negativity around you, no matter what your situation is. If you're in jail, think positive. You will come out one day. You will have paid society back for the crime you might have committed. But thank God you're going to come out. Come out a better person. Look in the positive. If you're in a homeless shelter, think positive. You will get out of that situation. Reach up to God, ask God for guidance and direction. Let Him help you get out of this situation. If you're in a nursing home and you're all alone, play chess or cards with some of your peers there. Ask your family to come visit you a little bit more often. No matter where you are, remember that God is with you. No matter what your situation is, God is with you. God created all of us in His own way, and God is not out to hurt any one of us. But it takes for you folks, wherever you might be watching me, to reach up to God and ask for guidance and direction. And I promise you this, that you will see results that you'll be amazed by. Results that you'll never ever have dreamed of. I'm a pure example of how, by eliminating alcohol in my life and reaching to God, how people can change. Let my examples teach you and have you reach for the power of God. I thank you so much, and I want you to remember that a sober today, I promise you, will give you a better tomorrow. May God bless you, and please call me at 844-405 and help, and let me help take your life back. God bless you, and have a great day. But more importantly, have a sober day. Hello, folks. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I just want to share my story with my situation back in 1981 in the United States Marine Corps. I was sitting in a chapel during boot camp, and a chaplain tapped me on the shoulder and asked me to come into his quiet room. As I was walking into his quiet room, I had no idea what he wanted from me. It was then that God was setting my life in motion. So the chaplain sat me down and he says, Ralph, I've noticed that you like to help people, you motivate people, you're always walking around with a smile. And I wanted to know, and this is the chaplain saying this to me, I wanted to know, Ralph, would you like to volunteer and become a lay leader? And of course, I had no idea what a lay leader was. So he explained to me what a lay leader was. It's somebody that is a liaison between the recruits and the chaplain. So when the recruits have issues, problems, or anything like that, they go to the lay leader, and they go to the chaplain as the lay leader to let the chaplain know of the situations that are happening. It was then in 1981 that God already had a plan for me, and when there from that point on was that God realized that no matter how long it would take for me to achieve what God already knew what was going to happen to me, He would let me go down into the worst extremes in life. So from 1981 as a lay leader, and I'm going to show you the medal now with a lay leader, the front and the back. This is the back of the medal, and then the front looks like this. So in 1981, at Paris Island, South Carolina, when I became a lay leader, God already had my life set in motion. But again, He wanted me to set my own course in life. So I went down the years and the course of my life and did some of the worst things possible to my own body through alcoholism. God already said to Himself, well, I'm going to wait for Ralph to get close to hitting rock bottom. So from 1981 until 2011, which is 30 years, God came to me again and He said, Ralph, are you ready to continue helping other people? That's when I formed Mastic Beach Outreach 2011, and what that was is for older people and mentally and physically challenged people, that my wife and I would help them by giving them clothing, food, possibly, like in one case, tires for someone's car. And so God said, okay, he is getting better, but he's still not ready to do what I really wanted him to do. So in 2011, I continued my alcoholism to the point of 10 to 15 shots a day. As time went further, two years down the road, it became worse and worse with my alcoholism. In 2013, God finally put His big hand on my head and says, are you ready now? That is when I hit rock bottom. June 22nd, 2013, I reached out and I finally admit that I had an alcohol problem. It was then when God lifted me up and set my life in motion for today. September 2nd, 2014. So from 2013 until 2014, I continue educating myself and you, others, through my websites, through my videos on how to battle with addiction. And God saw this, and He said to Himself, Ralph is still continuing helping people. So in between 2013 and 2014, as time was going by, and I proved to God that I was really reforming myself, that God introduced me to Dr. Luis Gonzalez. I had been toying with the idea about becoming a substance abuse counselor until I ran into an article about recovery coaching. So I thought it was very ironic that God had planted Dr. Luis Gonzalez from Starting Point, that's StartingPointMN.com, 844-414-8444, into my life. Dr. Luis Gonzalez gave me the educational programming to turn me into a recovery coach. So while I was training for Dr. Luis Gonzalez to become a recovery coach, and today, my father comes from South Carolina to visit, and we're looking at my shrine, which my wife calls a shrine, which is all my Marine Corps ribbons and medals. And my father asked me, Ralph, what is this medal for? What is this particular medal for? And I then said to myself, here's where it all came together. I finally realized what that medal stood for and how it influenced me in my life. It was back in 1981 that God knew already that I would eventually, towards the middle or 60% of my life, be out to help other people, to continuously help people, to motivate people, to coach people. So it was from 1981 to 2011 that I ran my life to the ragged ends, to the pit of the worst. And then from 2011 to 2013, even worse than that. And then June 22nd, 2013, finally helped myself up with the grace of God. And in 2014 became an addiction recovery coach. And all that epiphany came to me due to my father asking me what this stood for. This particular silver medal. When he asked me that, it all finally came together, that God had bigger and better plans for me. And this is what I'm telling you, folks. There is a plan for you. No matter what the plan might be, you don't know what it is, but there is a plan for you. It's just a matter of you figuring it out. So why don't you let me help take your life back? Thank you. God bless you, and have a sober day.